Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. Do we believe it's already May? Like the week ahead is already May. I can't believe that. It feels like we just had like January just happened, and yeah, maybe for some of you it's moving slower, but I feel like I'm at the top of the hill on the skateboard on the way down at this point. It's going very fast. Pay attention, man. It's going super fast. All right. Taurus, thank you for clicking here. Thanks for listening to my rambles. And thank you for being in the comments with me today. I hope you'll be there. Happy birthday to you, my Taurus tribe. And whenever you are celebrating, I had mine yesterday on the 24th. And some of you are my star 20. So let me know that in the comments. And here we go. Let's look at it. This is going to be for your week ahead. Always will be when you find it. All right, here we go. Tell me about Taurus. You're going to hear some noise, Taurus. I got some windows open. It's beautiful still here this evening. So I'm trying to get the most out of the beautiful weather as I can. All right. We've got patience. Isn't that interesting? That's pretty funny, actually. Patience and love. We've got embracing. Look at that. So I think the message is clear. You're supposed to embrace this time for yourself, I think. You have to have patience for love. Anything that is worth waiting, anything that is worth it is worth waiting for, is what I want to say. And I know we hate the P word by now, right? We just hate the P word, but it's here. There it is, in your face, Taurus. Deal with it. Yeah, patience. Patience and love. Right. So we're going to look at here. Tell me more about Taurus tribe, please. Tell me more about Taurus. Ooh, one jumped right out. I think it was this one, actually. We should take it. Oh, victim mentality. Okay. Yeah. So what I want to say to you, Taurus, is I feel that you feel that the universe has forgotten you, or that you're not good enough, or you're not doing enough. And that's why you haven't yet received your manifestation. And I know I say silly things like you don't want the bread before it's baked. It's true, you don't. The thing is that there are so many lessons that need to be learned before you can come together with the person that is especially for you. And in that time, you're being tested on your patience and love. Is this thing worth waiting for, or is this thing not waiting for? Have you waited long enough? You know, some of you have just waited long enough, but it's calling you out here. The victim mentality. It's like this person's, they've got this thing that's going from their arm to the bed that's tied them. It's not really tied. This person could get away whenever they want. It's like an emotional time. I'm stuck to my emotions. And this person, there's a lot of knowledge over here. This indicates this person feels like they're running out of time to learn things, or to I feel like it's like you feel like everything's caving in on you. And I don't mean everything all at once. What I mean is victim mentality is being stuck in a situation mentally, right? It's a mental place. It's not an actual place. So it feels like you're either convincing yourself that you're not good enough and that's why you don't have the manifestation, or that it's okay, I didn't want it anyway. Or I feel like that's the energy we're dealing with here in this victim mentality. Everyone else gets their manifestations, Elsie. I don't get mine. It's not the way things go for me. They don't go that way for me in this life. And as you say, so shall you reap. So just be careful with your words, I'm going to say, because you can tell the universe that it's not for you and they'll believe you. It just means you're not ready, right? Whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. It just all depends on when you're ready. Taurus, please, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, for the week ahead. Last day of April and May. Got some doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. I think that's a great plan. I honestly do. And then it says discipline. I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. Yeah. So you know what? I think this victim mentality place is a very short-lived place for you. I think you realize that it's not really a productive energy to put out there. And I feel like you start doing things to change your mind, like meditation, or when you have these feelings, that you go out for a walk. To up the endorphins and get better mental clarity. And I feel like you already have been coming up with a plan to be a little more disciplined and do things that you tell yourself you're going to do for you. Release the need to know all the answers. I think that's what happens when you, it feels like I'm looking at outdoors. So it feels like maybe you do adopt something like is walking for distance, or amongst vegetation so you can see plants and trees and animals. It feels like that is the discipline that you're supposed to lean into. The discipline of going out, getting out there, walking, having a routine. Yeah, disciplining the self is disciplining the mind, and sometimes that's really all it takes. To propel you forward. It looks like this is a lesson that you have to learn at this time. Are we going? Okay. All right. What else do we have for Taurus? Please tell us about this patience and love. What's going on here? Because I think that victim mentality card is telling me that you've been hardest on yourself, Taurus. That if you've been manifesting something and it's not showing up yet, and you're like, look, I don't know what else I can do. I've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. I feel like I'm ready. And it feels like you are sort of blaming yourself for your manifestations not showing up. And to be truthful, you could be right on point with everything and be on the right path, but your manifestation isn't ready for you. It's not always something that you're doing wrong. No. Tell me about Taurus, please, in the week ahead. Sun and rising, Venus and Jupiter. 6 of Cups pops out. Be patient for that soulmate. The one that you're connected to, probably psychically, but for sure you're connected to that person energetically, I feel. I also feel that as the lady on the star is looking over at the 6 of Cups, it's like starry-eyed love. It feels like somebody has carried a torch for someone for a long time, or it's we've been friends for so long. It feels though that there's always been like a crush, or there's always been like someone's been attracted to the other. I think that they always have treated each other with kindness. Feels like with the 6 of Wands in the reverse, it almost feels like somebody has made a decision to stop standing their ground. Like they're like, I think what you're standing your ground on is that this person that you see as the 6 of Cups has not yet come your way because of something that you did wrong, and it's not the truth. I feel like there has to be healing here still. Someone is learning how to be more flexible. I don't know if that's you or them, but somebody who is usually very fixed in the way that they think. The star is Aquarius, usually very fixed in the way that they think. Somebody's becoming a little more available to be flexible in the way that they think regarding this 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups is someone that you've known for a long time, regardless of whether we've got emotional feelings for each other or not. For me, it's both. It's friendship that we've had for a long time, and then all of a sudden it's like children grow into adults, or we go to our parts of the world and do our studies or whatever it is, and we meet each other again, and we've grown, and we're two different people. It's like that's what it feels like, that card to me. So it can be friendship that turns to love, or it can be just love. A deep connection, a soulmate connection, someone that you identify as being in every part of your life. It's like they were never not there. Got the Ace of Swords. We've got the Page of Wands. I think that equals some passionate communication. There's messages coming. That's what it is, Taurus. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Pentacles in the distance. So something that's taken a very long time to come together. But you knew it was coming. You knew it. You've stayed strong and you're waiting for it. You knew it, that this was coming. We could be talking about the King of Swords. So someone who could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Don't have to be, but someone that I think you are very attracted to because they're very smart. Not the only way that you're attracted to them. I think this person is probably quite passionate and fiery and fun, but I also feel this person's really smart, and I think you're attracted to people who are intelligent. Like you see that as part of their sexy, right? Being very smart. So I feel like something that's taken a very long time is about to come up here. There's no more waiting. We're good. The Three of Wands is in the reverse. It's like we're not waiting anymore. We're going out to get our own damn ships. We're not waiting around for anything anymore. Got the Page of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands. This is really curious energy here. So there is a passionate conversation coming. Oh no, a passionate message, not a conversation. I don't think it's two ways. It almost feels like the message is the Ace of Swords. It gives you all the truth, all the things you need to know, all the clarity you want. Very transparent, but I feel it comes to you in message form. And so there's no passion attached to this. It's more swords, understand? It's more factual. This is how I feel. This is what I wanted to tell you. I feel like this person probably, this Page of Wands tells me that they're probably in the letter telling you that they're attracted to you, that they like your fiery personality and your ability to get up and go and do the things that you want. I think that there is going to be communication that's coming up for you in the week ahead. You've had patience in love, and I feel like you were the one that also had to do some growing in the fact of this victim mentality stuff here, thinking that it was all you, thinking that it was because of you that you hadn't seen this person yet. Okay. Card number 22 is the Doors. I don't really know what they call that. I think it's called the Choice or the Doors. Not really sure. But it is about a choice. It's about, taking this door or that door. Which one is going to be the most abundant? Which one will make me the most abundant and the most balanced? 2 and 2 is 4. And possibly put me in a position of stability, right? So somebody here is making a decision to send some sort of a fun, flirty message, but also one that's very, very honest, incredibly honest. This person, I feel, has been attached to you for a long time, and when I see the lilies, it's like long-standing. Somebody's had deep romanticized kind of Disney love for you. Like it feels like the Notebook kind of love when I see these lilies. It feels like that deep kind of love, one that's been steady and respectful and stood the test of time. The lilies are etched into the glass behind them. And so I feel like somebody here wants to talk to you. The King of Swords is here, and the Ace of Swords, and then we have Aquarius, which is also swords, and which is also hope and healing as well. Hope and healing, that there is going to be a healing conversation here, or that it feels like somebody's made the decision about this. They've made a decision that I need to speak to Taurus and tell them how I feel. Somebody is going to come at you with some big feels. Tell me about this. Seven of Wands and the Ace of Wands, both in reverse. All right. Just listening. So I feel that this is a long-standing love. This to me is, you know, love that spans time, a decade maybe. And if it's not love, it's feelings. It's delicate, slightly romantic. It feels like if you're a feminine, that this is someone who would treat you like a glass slipper. If you are the masculine, I feel like you're the prince. So it feels like a love story to me. But I feel like in the future here, like the future energy indicates that somebody is about to be a little more flexible than they used to be. They're not quite standing their ground and not feeling like they have to jump to their own defense or, but I would say still be careful in whatever this means, the communication, because the Ace of Wands is in the reverse. And then we have the Seven, which is kind of like, it's kind of some quick moving, get cheated on, kind of serpent can bite you. You thought that the apples were good, but they're not. You know what I mean? It feels like fear. Yeah, like fear that you're going to get hurt. I better not show them that I'm passionate about them right away, but I'm really attracted. Queen of Clubs, bottom right-hand corner. I'm really attracted to this person, but I'm scared they're going to hurt me. I'm scared they're going to bite me. This has happened to me before. So it feels like somebody does want to reach out to you, and I think that they will, but it feels like all the while they think that you're just going to stomp all over their heart. That's what it feels like. But they feel this crazy nostalgic love with you, like this movie, like The Notebook kind of love for you. All right. So we have the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups, and somebody's picking a door. Somebody's choosing someone, and they're choosing them based on whoever gives them the most balance. The Queen of Diamonds is in the bottom right-hand corner of this card, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. So whoever gives them the most balance, someone's realized you are the balanced one. You are the one that they come to when they want to be grounded, or when they were or are in your presence, they do feel young again. They feel young again. They feel like they want to be fun and flirty. They feel as though the door that they take leads to you, and you are the one that gives them balance and allows them for this type of energy to move forward. So I feel because they're feeling your energy that they are going to reach out. Now this came out on its side. We're not going to ignore that. It came out on its side. So the struggle or the challenge, it could come up as a challenge here, is that somebody is waiting for the right time, or is waiting until they learn this lesson before they can move forward here. Somebody is disconnected from the heart space here. That everything that has to do with love or emotions in any way, shape, or form seems to be really overwhelming for someone here. Whenever it has to deal with the heart space, right? The heart of the matter is right here in your reading. And whenever it has to deal with the heart space, this person's natural reaction is to disconnect when it feels too good. And so if you're in separation from someone, it feels like someone intended to take the door that leads to you, the soulmate. I feel like this person pulls on the brakes or stops themselves or gets disconnected when they get too close to feeling something, because it feels like as soon as they begin to feel something, they get hurt, they get bit, they get cheated on. Somebody sheds their skin. It's like they were one thing at one moment and now they're not. So this person is not really... I think that they are open to sending a letter or a text or something where it can be a one-sided conversation. I don't think this person's ready to converse about this, but I do think they're ready to send a message. I think they are ready to send a message to you. They're going to try not to make it too fiery, I'm going to say. They don't want you to think that they're just out for one thing. I think this person's going to be really honest with you and tell you that they've been hurt before, they've been bit before by the Queen of Wands, somebody who they were really attracted to, somebody who they're... I think that your person's attracted to you because you are the Queen of Wands, but you are the Queen of Pentacles, feminine or masculine, that you're someone that gives them balance and stability and someone who's really capable, but you also bring to them the fear of your sharp tongue and the Queen of Clubs, who is the Queen of Wands. So you are pre-Empress energy here, and I think it makes this person a little bit uneasy. I'm going to say not nervous, but uneasy, that they don't know how you will deal when the chips are down. What if we're in an argument? Am I going to have to jump to my defense? Or, you know what I mean? They want to know where your head's at in terms of relationship and how, are you even ready for a relationship? All right. The challenge is working through it. Yeah. So there's a couple things that we haven't even touched on yet, right? Patience and love. I'm going to ask about this for sure. Did you get over this victim mentality? And then we have, of course, the most important, right, which is the message that's coming. And we're going to talk about the Ace of Swords. And because the Ace of Swords is a double-edged sword, it can cut everybody if it's not used correctly. But it does have to do with somebody who thinks you're the star, somebody who thinks you're the star of the show, or someone who feels very healing to them. They want to heal this love. I think that's what's happening in the present moment. I think that there's going to be a moment of silence after you guys meet and everything's going great. I feel like this person pulls back on you and there's a period of silence. So I think that's what this is. This person's scared of getting hurt. They start overthinking the situation. They start thinking, oh my gosh, do I have to protect myself? Like this person's, in the Queen of Swords, ready to be defensive with how they speak. So we're going to talk about that as well, because it does feel like somebody pulls back and then decides whether they're going to go forward again. So be aware of that. I think it's an all-in thing at the beginning, and then all of a sudden they pull back from you. So we'll talk about that in the extended. I'm going to go there. If you want to be there, please look below. There is a link, the first one in the description. And if you want to be there, that's where I will see you. Otherwise, I will be back for the rest of the week, giving you readings too. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm out. Bye-bye.